Hey y'all, welcome back to
Colorful Situations,
a
a conversation about love, marriage, and everything in between.
I'm Sunny.
And I'm Liv. How y'all doing?
How you feeling?
How you doing?
I'm fine today. I'm actually feeling satisfied.
Hmm.
I'm satisfied. Things are going good, things are moving,
Okay.
and pretty much all aspects, things are going
Okay.
good. So I'm feeling real satisfied.
All right.
That on the feeling wheel is hello.
Okay.
How are you?
I am anxious.
Hmm.
Feeling a little anxious. I'm feeling a little scared.
Is it about something in particular?
Yeah, that's gonna be purple. And we just do have the fear of the unknown. Going into a new journey of my life. Don't know where it's going to lead, what's going to happen. So you kind of feel like, well, what's going to, you just get scared, right? Even though sometimes it may be for the betterment of you, you're scared. You're still a little scared or anxious. So that's why I'm purple today.
Gotcha. So what are we talking about today?
So we are talking about me, myself, and I.
Me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out.
Hey, that part.
Okay.
Me, myself, and I. You ever think that that's all you got? Like, I got me. If I got me, that's all I need, or I'm okay. That's all I got. It's me, myself, and I.
I'll say there have been moments where I felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but in certain moments when things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I have felt that way.
Yeah.
But it's not a constant feeling because I know in reality that I have more than me.
Yeah. But sometimes there are some things that we may not share with other people so that other people can help us. And when you don't share, people don't really know what you got going on. You do feel like you're all alone on this island and it's just you, right?
Yeah.
But what if I told you that there's not just you, it's three? It's three of you. Three.
Okay. Who are these three?
Well, there is the past Sunny, there's the present Sunny, and there's the future Sunny.
Okay. I'll go for that. I believe it. I believe it.
Can we talk about that?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, in talking about that and thinking about just and where I got this from, so let me just put this out there. I was listening to something and it said that you have three yous. You have the past, the present, and the future you, right? And sometimes you can one or the other can affect moving forward, like different areas, right? And if you just think about over time, as we grow up, as we elevate, there may be some things that you did in your younger that you're not going to do in the present, and that hopefully you're not going to do as you get older, right? So things do change for us. We do level up, hopefully. So we're going to talk about all of that and how it either hinders you, or if you think that you're just going to be the same all the time.
When you said that, it made me think about how there are a number of people, there are a number of us that had things happen to us in our childhood.
Yes.
Whatever that may be. Some people have been able to rebuild themselves and move on into the present.
Yes.
And some people have not.
That is correct.
So that just came to my head.
And you're right. That is a real thing, because you hear a lot people talk about trauma bonding, or you talk about trauma stopping you from doing certain things.
Right.
And a lot of times you hear people say that issues in relationships are issues. When you go through therapy, you find out that they're really not issues that you have with your spouse or with your loved one or whoever. It's really issues that come from your childhood or a trauma that really triggers you.
Yeah. And the thing about that is, and I am therapy 101, I go for it. But I don't necessarily, I do think that some things relate to your childhood.
Okay.
But not everything. Everything is not from your childhood, I don't think.
You don't think so?
No. Because not everything happened to you as a child. Even though that's where your foundation was built, that's what you were built on this as a child. I feel like you have the opportunity at a certain age to rebuild.
You do.
And then you still have things happen to you as an adult, as a teenager, as a young adult, and on into your later years. Sure. So I don't think absolutely everything is just something that happened. Oh, well, when you're little, then you. I don't think everything stems from that. I think it plays a large role. Yes. But not everything, because people have things happen to them in their adult life that didn't happen to them as a child. So
I get that. So I'm gonna kind of say, if we look at the facts are that from a certain time, you, like you said, your foundation is set, right? And so your environment and everything, but statistics say that you learn everything that you're gonna learn by the time that you're 8, 9 or whatever, right? And so your pivotal moments and how you learn how to react, how you learn how to communicate, how you learn how to think, your thinking processes, all of these things are in that area of your childhood. So if this is embedded in you, yes, things are going to happen to you as you get older, but the way you react to it is ultimately going to come back to how you were taught when you do that. Because when you're past a certain age, you're already who you are before a teenager or whatever, right? Now, there may be some people who have learned to be open, and so they can take on life lessons and change and move forward and things. But ultimately, that being open and open-minded or being logical or being emotion really comes from those years of you catching on of, this is how I'm going to communicate.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that's my thought.
Okay.
Well, in talking about that.
Okay.
In talking about that, my first question is, can you punish your present self for something that happened in the past or a decision that you made in the past?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because some people are not where they want to be, and it's because of a decision that they made in the past. And I'm looking at it every day. And I'm not talking about nobody's kids. I'm not talking about, listen, I am not talking about people's kids, because, of course, in that moment, and I don't have kids, but I can just imagine, in that moment, you're kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm not ready for this. I'm not at a good age. I don't know what I'm going to do. Who's going to do all this other kind of stuff. But as your kids grow and get older and you see what you produced, you're very grateful for that. Yeah. But in the moment, you could kind of be like, I don't know. Right. And then when your kids grow up, some people's kids, when they grow up, they hell on wheels. And you're like, man, I should have left. That's just with the kids, Yeah. But in thinking about things like, I think like we spoke about before, for me, I finished my degrees later in life, So maybe I could be thinking, man, I should have just when I went to college, I should have just stayed in. So now I'm doing this instead. This is not what I really want to do, and I don't have the drive. I don't have, all this. It's just a lot. It's more than just kids or your education,
right?
Because your education ultimately would impact your career.
Yeah.
And things like that. So it's multiple things that I think that you can people can look back on and say, oh my goodness, why did I do that? And get up every day and look at themselves and be like,
yeah.
Let me just get up and do this one more time.
Yeah.
People are in spaces like that.
They are. And so how do they punish themselves when they realize that they haven't did all of these different things? Is staying in that wallow of I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and then not moving forward. And so now your present person doesn't get the elevation. Your present person doesn't move forward. Your drive may not be as strong as it would have been so that you can go out and do something different because you're just set in that past decision, and especially when it comes down to children, right? I can say for the community of us, in meaning, lesbians or women who knew that they were lesbians, but they chose to do something other, and then here a baby comes and you're like, and I'm only speaking for myself, sisters. I'm not naming anybody else out there, you ColorBeams that may be in this bucket, but I'm speaking for myself, right? Like I knew early on that I probably didn't want to have kids because I knew that I was lesbian. However, because I was told I needed to do something different, I did something different. And then when my kids came along, it was like, well, you got them now.
Yeah, I got to do it.
And so for me, it was kind of like, for a long time, I beat myself up for just not being strong enough to come out. So, I kind of wish for a long time I had guilt, right? And then raising children in a situation where I knew I was like back and forth, not being hypocritical, not really living a life that I really wanted to live, right? So I really had a lot of guilt of putting them through stuff, and I punished myself. I punished myself for maybe lessening who I was or just dimming down who I was, because I had this guilt, or thinking that I was not a good mom because I made the decision to do something and stick with something. And if I just had to just stand up and been bold about who I was, then I could have not drugged these kids through these things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think you can punish yourself about past decisions. Or how about you had a relationship, you had somebody, and you fumbled, you dropped them.
Fumbled the ball.
And you like Jasmine Sullivan singing Lost One. Like, dang. And now every relationship that you go to or every turn, you're trying to measure the new people to that person.
Right.
And not only are you punishing yourself, but you're punishing your now current relationship and probably putting up walls and not having long-lasting relationships because of what you're holding over yourself that you had did in the past because you dropped one.
Not being fair to anyone involved
at all. The next question is, does the state of your present self affect your future? Like, does the state of, let's say, your mental health, your physical health, does it affect your future, and how?
I would say yes, because, and when you said this, it made me think about something that I heard. I don't know who, where, when, what, but it said, what you do now is you'll feel the impact of it like 2 weeks or a month later or something like this. I don't know exactly what it said, but it said something like that. So I definitely feel like your present self puts you in a position to be greater or not, in the future. So the things that you do definitely impact what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, let's just talk about health, right?
Yeah.
Let's just talk about health. What you're doing right now. You may be okay to walk around eating a bucket of chicken or whatever like that, but then over time, you eat a bucket of chicken now in the present for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, whatever, and now 2 years later,
right, you're seeing you got some clogged arteries, you got some cholesterol,
you have many heart attacks. And it's not because of that bucket of chicken that you ate last night. It's because 2 years, yes, because it has, it's add up over years and over time, and weight has added up over years, over time. And so now your future self says, oh, I want to get this off of me. And I'm going through this right now. It takes over years and over time to get that extra pounds off of you to be healthier.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's something like they say it takes a minute. It takes just a minute or a bucket of chicken to put it on, but it's going to take
a hot hell and cold water
to get it off.
Get it off.
And I think we kind of don't think about it because we think about in the now. We're just thinking about, oh, this tastes so good, or this is just what I want. I had this on my mind all day, so let me get something, or let me do this, or let me drink this, smoke this, eat this, all of this. We just think
let me just indulge in this sex partner that I don't really know, that I'm not going to be safe about because it's what I want to do right now.
Right. Just not thinking about the future. Right. But I mean, there's plenty of people that do think about the future. So it's not everybody. We're not talking to everybody.
We're not.
We're just talking about this situation.
Yeah. So. Just colorful situations that sometimes we take the right now for granted. And we don't think about the bigger picture. And when I said that about the sex or whatever, let's just talk about our lesbian community, that sometimes we feel like because we are ladies, we don't have to take that extra step to be safe.
Yeah.
So now we're doing the instant gratification. And not only are we doing that with this one partner over here, we're doing it with that partner. Or even if we're, believe in monogamy, we're still not taking the steps to be safe.
Right.
We're still not testing our present person. And that affects you in the future. Because if you don't know your status, people.
And it's interesting that I was having a conversation earlier talking about, a male and a female having a conversation. And this guy is talking about, all of these women that he slept with and all this other kind of stuff. And he comes to the girl, asks the girl, like, you do stuff like that? And she's like, no. One, because I'm a woman and it's different. All you have to do is stick your wee-wee, and I had to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to, but I have to do a lot of stuff. Some different things to be with someone as opposed to just sticking something in and taking it out. It's more, as a woman. So I definitely get that. Yeah.
I mean, and not knowing your status can affect your future. Like not even talking about it, right? We're talking about health, and that's the only reason why I pulled up or started talking about sex and saying, because that's part of it too.
Right.
Not only what you put in your mouth, people, but what you put in your mouth, people.
Right.
Like what? Let's just be real about all of these things. It does affect our money now, what we have now, our drive to get money, our, goals and our things that we want out of life can either set our future person up, right? So let's think about retirement. You want a career, you want a place to have 401k, and you want to do all of these different things because when you get a certain age, you want to not be able to work. But if you don't set yourself up and be smart about your money now, you won't be able to do that.
And and that's kind of going back to a conversation that we had and talking about not being where you want to be.
Right.
So you may become some kind of way about looking at what others have, but that's, something we already talked about. But yeah, you're definitely right about that. And not thinking about, sometimes people are just kind of in survival mode. Sometimes people are in survival mode, and it just makes them, or it makes us, or it makes people just do things. Hey, I just need this right now.
Yeah.
I need to do this right now, and I can't think about what's going to happen afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
But being in survival mode, is that something that you did in the past? You know what I mean? Like, is it something that you did in the past that put you in this situation in the present that now all you feel like you got to do is survive?
Oh, yeah. This goes back to what your past self
to your present self, and now your present self can't do something good for your future self.
Right.
So again, you do have 3. And that does bring me to a Indian kind of like folklore or Indian belief. And it's not about 3 different things, but it says that you do have 2 sides, a good side and a bad side. And it's all about which one will win. Whatever you feed, whoever you feed, whichever side you feed, is the one that's going to win. Right? So if we take that same thought process in the fact that we have 3, then we have to recognize the past, but not let it control the present, so that we can preserve ourselves and be resilient and have a good future. So it comes to a time to check our levels.
Yes. Are you feeling like something has been holding you back, and that something is because back in the day you decided not to whatever. And that's still just keeping you from being the best you? Are you letting it hold you back?
Yeah.
If so, you're in the red.
All the way red.
If you're working through some of the issues from your past so that you can have a better future, and you can actually see, hey, this is what I need to do to have a good future. This is what I need to do to be my best self for myself and whoever else it is that I decide to connect myself to. You're able to work through it, and you recognize it. You take accountability. You're in the yellow.
With me in the yellow.
Now, if you have tamed these feelings, these ghosts from the past, these skeletons out of your closet, and you just on a path of doing good, and you're not looking back, you're not letting anything hold you back. Nothing that happened when you were 7, nothing that happened when you were 14, nothing that happened when you were 21. Let's go. You in the green.
You in the green.
You in the green. Girl. Let's go.
You in the green.
Keep up the good work.
Yes. So, as always, we're going to talk about some resolves. Do you have something, a tip to give the people?
I would say give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And whatever happened to you as a child, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, it wasn't your fault. It was somebody else's business to be looking after you.
That part.
Give yourself some grace. It wasn't your fault.
Yes. And in giving yourself some grace, forgive. Even if it was your decision, because you were at an age where you could, do something different, but you chose to go left when you should have been going right, forgive yourself. And if you were that child that somebody else did something or made that decision for you, forgive them. The reason why I say forgive is not for them, but for you, so that you're able to. My third and last tip is release. You got to let some things go.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to let some things go so that you can move forward, and you're not keep looking in the past and looking over your shoulder.
And dragging all these bags.
Bag lady.
You gonna hurt your back.
Let it go.
Yes. Let empty those bags out. Listen, and even if you empty the bags out and you have to put some other stuff in, at least it's some new stuff. Maybe it's some stuff I could, if you mind, maybe it's some stuff I can help you work through. The new stuff in your bag. I could probably help you with that. But that old stuff, It's going to be tough. You have to be able to be willing to work on those things.
Yes, definitely.
So we have reached the interactive portion of Colorful Situations. So these questions will be posted down in the comments, and we would like to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
So the first question is, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you are looking back and being very hard on yourself for something that happened or a decision that you made? Or are you hard on yourself right now to the point where you're not even able to build for your future?
Yeah.
Okay. Your second question is, if so, what are you doing to get out of it? How are you resolving the situation? Are you seeing a therapist? Are you speaking with a coach now for maybe if it's for your job or a life coach? They real popular these days. Are you talking to a life coach, a therapist? You seeking your minister, your pastor at church? What are you doing? You talking to your friends? You getting in with your tribe? What we doing? And lastly, what are you doing to maintain the stability that you got after you said, I'm going to release this stuff, and you talk to somebody? How are you maintaining it?
Yeah.
How are you moving forward? How are you propelling?
Because we definitely want to add some tips down there in the comments so that people can, use that and move forward. Because we are a tribe, ColorBeams, and we want to love on each other and support each other.
Right. We do.
We do. So, our summary. What did we talk about today? We talked about me, myself, and I, and how we have 3 parts of us, and how those things, your past, your present, and your future, kind of link together. And we should, have some care and respect for the past, but not so much to where it hinders your present, right? And then look forward for the future so that you can have a great life moving forward and have a plan for yourself. We talked about some resolve, and the first thing was give grace. Give yourself some grace because you don't have all the answers. You won't. You're going to make some decisions, and it's okay. It is okay.
If you fall off, get up and get back on.
And get back on it. And with that, forgive. Forgive yourself for those things. Even if you have to journal it and write it out so that the last tip, you can release it. Even if you write it, release it, burn it, or do whatever and let it go. Just be able to give yourself grace, forgive, and release.
So, y'all, that is all we have for today. We want to thank y'all for sitting in with us over here at Colorful Situations. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course. You can listen to us at Spotify and on Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
So
we sound good too.
Yeah, I heard it. So always remember, not all colorful situations are the same, but you have the power to change your hue.